Good evening. The top story at 6 is a warning. If you're a woman and if you frequently shop alone, your safety may be in jeopardy. There's a team of masked gunmen on the streets, and you never know who will be the next target. But we'll also give you some safety tips that may help you avoid becoming a victim.
So that warning tonight is for women who drive expensive cars and like to wear jewelry. Metro Police are looking for two men who've robbed numerous women in the south part of town. Our top story tonight, Denise Rosh explains the thieves have gotten almost $500,000 in their parking lot holdups.
Walking through a parking lot shouldn't be dangerous, but for the past 4 weeks or so, two masked men have made them seem plenty sinister. That's when Metro Police say a string of armed robberies started in the south end of the valley. The victims may have been singled out for their expensive jewelry and luxury cars. Several drove Mercedes, one a Lexus, another a Cadillac.
These two individuals approached these women and demanded their purses, cash, and specifically all the jewelry that they were wearing.
Simolovich believes the same men have hit 8 victims. Since the thieves always wore ski masks, a description is almost impossible. One of the robberies happened in this parking lot. I'm at a shopping center on Spring Mountain Road. It's not particularly busy during the day, but I'm told that it's a different story around here at night. Now you can also see this isn't exactly a secluded area right next to a very major street. What that shows is these masked bandits are very brazen. So far no one's been hurt, but police worry that might change.
Yes, they are being threatened if they don't comply that they're going to be shot.
Another of the robberies happened in the parking lot of a fast food restaurant. And maybe scariest of all, one woman was followed home and robbed in her own driveway. Women I talked to have different ideas on how to stay safe.
I basically don't even think about it. I carry my gas with me and I stay with crowd.
I've been robbed before at the bank, at the ready teller, so I'm always worried. I take my dog with me, 93 pounds, and he's mean and he's got lockjaw.
If it is dark, have somebody escort you.
Police say their best advice is simple. Stay alert and always watch who's around you. Denise Rosh, News 3.
Police say the suspects in these crimes are fairly young, in their late 20s, early 30s. It's also believed the two are Hispanic because of their accents. Detectives are hoping to put together a Crime Watch reenactment to help jog the memory of a potential witness.
And let's get a little more specific about the safety precautions that Denise mentioned and remind people that there are some tips that could save you. When going in or out of your car to parking lots, do it quickly. Do not carry or wear flashy, expensive items. Carry your purse close to you, not dangling, and preferably don't go alone. Park in well-lit, busy areas, lock your car, and have your keys ready in hand to unlock it when you get to it and get in quickly. And if you feel you are being followed, don't go to your home or driveway. Keep driving, police advise. Don't stop if you can, and drive to a police station if possible. Now, finally, if you do get nabbed by a robber, cooperate and give up your belongings. That could save your life.
In another case, detectives are looking for 3 people who abducted a Las Vegas man and tried to rob him this afternoon. They all ended up at this Nevada Federal Credit Union. Police say the whole thing began when the victim agreed to give 2 men a ride. They took him to a place where 2 others were waiting, and the 4 men made their victim get into a van. Then they drove him to the credit union and told him to withdraw money from the automatic teller machine. Police were tipped, though, and they arrested 1 suspect right away. The other 3 escaped on foot.
Authorities will have to determine if it was a crime or an accident out at Lake Mead. The body of a woman was found floating in the waters off of 33 Hole today on the lake. 2 fishermen found her about 7 o'clock this morning. Now, an autopsy will determine who she is and how she died. Park rangers are trying to determine if this is the same woman who's been missing since falling from a boat 2 weeks ago.
A Boston man's in jail here tonight following a rather bizarre traffic accident on the Strip. Highway patrol officers began chasing 29-year-old Michael Mancini last night after they determined he was driving a stolen car. The chase ended when Mancini hit a small truck, which then flipped over onto the sidewalk, hitting 2 New Hampshire women right in front of Caesar's Palace. Security guards there nabbed Mancini as he tried to run away. 2 people in the truck were not injured, but the 2 women had moderate injuries. One is still recovering at UMC in good condition. The other's been treated and released.
And the time for talk is over, and now they want action. Residents of West Las Vegas are speaking out tonight on how they want to improve their neighborhood. Trace Gallagher is live at the public forum. And Trace, what are the residents asking for at this point?
Well, they're asking for a lot of things, Gwen. I'll tell you, we've been here for about an hour and a half, and we've seen 2-3 dozen people come and go. There seems to be a lot of keen interest in this plan. They want to spruce up their communities. You know, you talk about revitalization, what comes to mind is paintbrushes and hammers and nails and building new buildings, sprucing up the old buildings. But the West Las Vegas Neighborhood Advisory Board wants to make it very clear this is not a business proposition. It's a people proposition. For the first time in 20 years, the residents of West Las Vegas have a very good chance to shape their community's future. Imagine having your home go from looking like this to looking like this. That's one of the goals of the West Las Vegas Revitalization Plan. Beautify the city, attract new businesses, attract new residents to support those businesses. The plan goes much deeper than that, but that's the basis, and it's a good place to start.
We're going to start our beautification program within the next 2 weeks. We're going to do our rehab program and then try and infill with residents in some of the vacant lands in our area.
And cleaning up the West Las Vegas reality may not be nearly as difficult as clearing up the West Las Vegas perception.
The perception terribly overshadows the image of this community. The reality of it is there are a lot of good people here, there are a lot of hardworking people here. We want to see their community on the level of any other community.
And if this meeting is any indication, the people who live here care and they want help. They also want to help.
We have a lot of money and years tied up into West Las Vegas, and our property keep going down instead of going up. And this way, it'll give us a chance to really analyze the value of our property.
I ride around in all of Las Vegas, and everything is so beautiful and it's so nice to look at the other neighborhoods. And then we get over here, you see dry land and beautiful trees. It's just dry. And I think that we bring some greenery and spruce up our neighborhood. I think it'll spruce up our attitudes.
It is amazing what a little green grass can do for your attitude. You mentioned earlier what people want down here. A third of the land in West Las Vegas is vacant. They want to build a lot. They want to build affordable housing, but they don't want to build exclusively affordable housing. They want to build some upscale housing so they can bring in a bigger financial base, bring in more business, bring in more people to support those businesses. If the plan goes as planned, the future of West Las Vegas looks very bright, Gwen.
Trace, are there any people there you've encountered that are skeptical that perhaps this forum and all these talked about proposed plans are just for show at this point and may never really occur?
Well, you know, there has been some talk of that, Gwen. People were saying this is a knee-jerk reaction to recent events, and that if in fact things like the Rodney King trial had never come about, this plan would never have come about. But the people who are behind this plan, the West Las Vegas Neighborhood Advisory Board, say this is a plan that's been a long time in the making. And it's going to take a long time to implement it. And they say this was in the beginning stages a couple of 3 years ago. And so they say this is not a knee-jerk reaction. This is a very adamant plan, and they plan on taking this thing all the way through to the end.
Okay, thanks very much, Trace. Trace Gallagher live in West Las Vegas regarding improvements for that area.
Part of the Las Vegas Strip's being engulfed by a giant pink bubble. But instead of running from it, you get to ride in it. We'll tell you when and how next.
You're watching News 3 at 6. News 3's closed captioning is funded by Centel, where people connect. News 3 digs deeper to provide information to help you deal with life. That's why Sarah Habler goes behind the scenes in local restaurants to find out who's making the grade.
They found 2 valid complaints of having bugs in the food.
What really goes on behind the kitchen doors of your favorite restaurant? Ever wonder what the health department finds when they inspect restaurants here in Las Vegas? You might be surprised. If you dine out, turn to a friend for Food for Thought. Thursdays on News 3 Nightside at 11.
After just one look, you'll be sold. It's the incredible new one-look Ford Thunderbird. So what's so incredible? Well, this 93 Thunderbird can be yours for just $16,292. That's $4,000 less than the price of the 92 Thunderbird. But what's even more incredible is that for $16,292, this bird is loaded. One look, one hot car, one incredibly low price you just can't beat. Check out the new one-look Thunderbird at Godden Ford and Friendly Ford.
Everyone's doing the tango. Tango Pools and Spas, the experts at creating your total backyard resort. Tango's been making Southern Nevada's dreams come true for over 22 years. by providing unique designs, quality construction, personalized service, 2 supply stores, creative landscaping, and professional pool cleaning service, all to complete your private oasis. Play it cool in a Tango pool.
Of all the ways you can furnish your home, one of the most beautiful ways is with Andersen feature windows and patio doors. Classic lines shape the light that shapes your mood. Elegant designs bring the warmth of tradition, the comfort of nature. Ordinary furnishings create a look. Andersen windows create an experience.
Well, some of you might remember Las Vegas years ago when you could sit back, soak up some rays, and gamble at the same time. Well, now the floating craps game is back to help celebrate the Riviera Hotel's 38th anniversary. Here's what it looked like back in 1953, and it's really not so much different from what we saw today at the Riviera pool. Hotel guests and visitors learn to play the game for free while getting a tan at the same time.
I think it's fun. I can't wait to shake. I haven't been able to shake yet.
Never played before. Very good instructors. Very good.
Would you rather play out here than inside?
Yes.
Fun in the sun, and we're teaching people how to play. It's good for everybody. Good for us, it's good for them.
The anniversary celebration going on over there continues all week with promotions, prizes, and a poolside fireworks show.
While driving along Interstate 15, the reflective pink glass of Grand Slam Canyon almost makes motorists forget what exit they're taking. A gigantic dome behind Circus Circus grabs attention and stretches the imagination. Scott Andrus gives us a glimpse of what's going on under the glass.
One glance at Grand Slam Canyon and you know Circus Circus is behind the project. Actually, the bright pink dome is behind Circus Circus in the parking lot. With each day, Grand Slam Canyon gets even pinker.
It's all yours, Doug. Cable up.
It'll glow in the day because of the sunlight. It'll glow at night because of the interior lighting. Will give it a glow through the glass and to the outside at night. It'll look like just a glowing pink bubble in the middle of Las Vegas.
From the outside, passers-by see the pink exterior going on the blue Tinker Toy-like frame. While the reflective glass is striking, the panels serve a purpose by cutting down on ultraviolet light and keeping Grand Slam Canyon comfortable for guests. Inside, after all, is where the excitement is. Directly behind me are the roller coaster tracks that take riders to the top of Grand Slam Canyon. I'm only about halfway there. You can see where the tracks eventually wind up. They drop over the canyon walls and take riders through 2 thrill-seeking loops. Grand Slam Canyon features 4 major attractions, including a flume ride over a waterfall. The cliffs of the canyon are taking shape, giving the park a southwestern theme.
It even feels like the real thing.
The folks who operate Circus Circus are obviously pleased at how their park is coming together.
I'm sure that the ones who designed it knew where they were going with it, but every time I see it, I'm amazed about how real it's going to look, how exciting the rides appear to be.
Grand Slam is perhaps the most appropriate name. Scott Andrus, News 3.
Grand Slam Canyon opens August 2nd.
Because of Las Vegas' need for more water, the Virgin River is now on the list of America's most endangered rivers. That's all according to an environmental group called American Rivers. The group just released a list of 15 threatened rivers and 10 endangered ones. The Virgin is number 5 on its more serious list. American Rivers blames plans by Las Vegas and other cities to draw water out of the Virgin. And the Virgin starts, just in case you'd like to know, near Cedar City, Utah, cuts through part of Arizona, and then empties into Lake Mead.
Beautiful, beautiful country up there. No question about it. I have a friend from Boston who will call me once in a while and go, Mike, is it going to be shots weather tomorrow? Shots. You know, pants without legs.
Shorts, yeah.
Shots. Yes.
Shots.
It's going to be shots weather this weekend.
Ah, great.
And Earth Fair coming up. We got more on that. And coast-to-coast forecast, too. All that and more when the weather comes right back. Stay with us.
It's coming to Las Vegas Saturday and Sunday, April 24th and 25th. A giant open house with over 2,000 homes on display and all in one location. The Las Vegas Spring Real Estate Fair at the Hacienda Matador Arena Convention Center. You will be personally guided through the home buying process, the type of home you want, the price range you can afford, financing, and furnishings. It's one-stop home shopping at its best. The Las Vegas Spring Real Estate Fair, Saturday and Sunday, April 24th and 25th at the Hacienda.
Every year, Earth Fair gets bigger and better. Hi, I'm Darwin Morgan. U.S. Department of Energy and your friends at Channel 3 and some very enterprising young students have teamed up to create a special exhibit for Earth Fair, the Arts and Environmental Science Expo. This exciting event features environmental science projects designed by local students. Children of all ages are invited to take part in earth-friendly arts and crafts. Bring the family and visit the Department of Energy's Arts and Environmental Science Expo at Channel 3's Earth Fair.
Quote, a Dodge Ram pickup with a Magnum Cummins diesel has the power to out-torque, out-pull, just flat-out work Ford and Chevy diesels. Unquote. Dodge, the most powerful line of trucks anywhere.
Now get $500 cash back on regular cab Dodge Ram Cummins diesel pickups.
Now, our environment with meteorologist Mike Bradley as News 3 at 6 continues.
Good evening, everybody. Got up to 83 today, and that's 4 degrees warmer than it should be. The morning low 52, right on the money. Here's where we stand this afternoon at 6 o'clock. Beautiful afternoon. A little bit of high cloudiness, but mostly sunny skies. Temperature 82. Fresh pressure falling at 30.01. Humidity 8%. Winds east at 6 miles per hour. And air quality in the good category for today. Checking things out around the neighborhood. Boulder City at 83. Henderson 86 degrees. 1 notch down for North Las Vegas. Downtown 83 degrees. And Pahrump checks in at 79. We've got ourselves a doozy of a storm way up in the Gulf of Alaska, and it's really getting some rotation the last 24 hours. You can see it spinning, moving a weak cold front through. It's going to move another one. Kind of a low pressure trough is going to develop, and that's going to be moving our way. As far as precipitation goes, should be restricted to the northwest coast, maybe a ½ inch at the most for parts of Seattle, Tacoma area. Portland, just a little bit less. Okay, rest of the week, wind's going to accompany that front as it moves on through, kind of bulging over that high-pressure system. We'll get a few clouds out of it. Southerly winds will pick up a little bit tomorrow afternoon, even a little gustier on Thursday. And then the temperatures will come down just a little bit on Friday with some warm temperatures ahead of it and slightly cooler temps behind it. Weekend shaping up, though, looks like low 80s for Earth Fair Saturday. Strong system in the Midwest, moving very, very slowly. Severe thunderstorm advisories just rescinded in parts of lower Tennessee, southeastern states. Heavy hail, large thunderstorms, also a lot of moisture wrapped around this big low. It is slowly moving to the northeast. For tomorrow, looks like wet weather for Atlantic City, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Norfolk, Virginia getting some, and some severe thunderstorms down across central Florida as well. Behind it, things are shaping up with just a few clouds and slightly cooler temperatures. Around the state, generally in the 60s, low 70s in Tonopah, low 80s in Pahrump, low 90s down in Laughlin. Your forecast for tonight, a few clouds around with overnight lows near 55. For tomorrow, warmer with high clouds, wind south 10 to 20, and highs getting into the upper 80s, about 90 out at the lakes. Wind south 10 to 25 with some high clouds. Same story up at Mount Charleston. Balmy up there with highs of about 65 degrees. 5-day forecast, more clouds, some wind coming our way Wednesday night and Thursday. A little bit cooler on Friday. And Saturday and Sunday look good with highs in the low 80s and overnight lows very close to 50 degrees. In your environment tonight, free trees. One of the most popular aspects of the Channel 3 Earth Fair has been the tree giveaway. And once again this year, Star Nursery will be handing out the free trees. We expect this year's event to be bigger and better. We know the free pines will be because Star Nursery is providing 2-gallon pine trees this year instead of the 1-gallon size of years past. And they will go quick. So get out early Saturday. The fair opens at 10 o'clock, runs until 4. All day, fun, information, Sunset Park, Sunset and Eastern. We will see you there Saturday morning.
Baby trees, but they'll be huge someday. They're so cute, though.
Gallons,
Pretty good size. Got a good start on life.
There you go. Colin's got shots on. Does anybody know that?
Shots?
Yeah, he does.
See, if it's at 10, that means I'd have to get up at 9:30 to get there really in time.
Yeah,
That's tough.
That's a little much to ask of a sports guy.
It really is. We have MTV in town today, working with Andre Agassi. The Montana thing has been finalized just moments ago, and we'll show you a look at one of the most scenic and perhaps the funnest golf hole in the state. Stay tuned. Sports is next.
Boy, if you grew tomatoes, they'd come up sliced.
If I buy a truck, there's some things I expect, like horsepower.
Nissan has more than any import brand.
And reliability.
It was ranked best in customer satisfaction.
I expect a little luxury.
AM/FM cassette, chrome wheels.
And a little economy.
And the best gas mileage of any import brand.
With all this, what more could I expect?
How about a $179 a month lease?
$179 a month? Now that I didn't expect.
Nissan, it's time to expect more from a truck.
Marty, this is big league. Who told you about this place?
Okay, Rocket, but you asked for it.
Welcome to the All-American Bar and Grill. Everywhere you turn, you find a real thrill. You never know who you're gonna run into. Food and good times are waiting here for you.
You better call the bullpen. Looks like we're going into extra innings.
Rio.
Last time I was at the dentist, things were not going well. But doctor, I asked, I've been using baking soda. Why didn't it help? Maggie, he said, it's not enough. It's got to be in a great cavity-fighting toothpaste.
Now there's a baking soda toothpaste from Crest. We've added baking soda's fresh feeling of clean to the incredible cavity-fighting power of Crest, the dentist's choice.
So I brushed with Crest baking soda, and my next checkup was terrific.
New Crest baking soda. Nothing beats the protection of Crest.
There's no better feeling than that.
Tonight's News 3 Sports is brought to you by the Barbary Coast and Gold Coast Sportsbook, still paying the highest odds in town. Now, sports with Colin Cowherd as News 3 at 6 continues.
And good evening, everybody. Well, the Joe Montana saga appears to be over. ESPN reported less than an hour ago that the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers have finalized the deal with Joe. The Niners will get the Chiefs' first-round draft pick, which is the 18th pick overall. And the Chiefs, in surprising fashion, will not only get Joe Montana as their quarterback, but also a future draft pick and current defensive back on their team, David Whitmore. We'll have all the details coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Las Vegas Andre Agassi has added another dimension to his marketing montage. MTV, the music channel in town this afternoon, filming a half-hour show about Agassi, and a new game he's introducing. It's called Agassi Street Tennis. I think we have a shot of the little, kind of the box that comes here in a second. There you see it. It's kind of a paddleball game, but with the intentions of being more like real tennis. Looks like quite a workout, even for a guy in Agassi's shape.
Oh, there's no question you get a workout from it. The only thing is you got to find people that are willing to put that kind of work into it, because it's really a miniature version of tennis, you know, and I have a lot of fun playing it.
The game goes for $49.95, which I guess is a pretty good price for an outdoor game, and it goes on sale June 1st. Las Vegas Stars return to Cashman Field tonight for the first of 4 against Phoenix, game time 7:05. Stars have won only 4 of their first 12 and are mired in the cellar of the PCL Southern Division. Well, for the casual golfer, the average guy or gal, it's probably the funnest hole of golf to play in the state, out at the Peppermill in Mesquite. The 15th hole situated 125 feet in the air. The ball really carries. You're hitting essentially from a cliff. 547 yards from tee all the way down there to the green. Now, we took a camera out there this morning and took a few hacks. The drive up to the hole is a workout in itself.
We're on our way to the 15th hole at Mesquite, Nevada, the world's most dangerous golf hole. Here, we'll wave at these guys. There's some old men golfing here. All right, guys, got to wave. You're on TV. That sounded good. Sounded good. Lousy shot. Oh, wait for the camera. Wait for the. There we go. Wait for the camera. All right, we're playing through. I believe that was Ted Kennedy. That was Ted Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to ask him about Chappaquiddick, but you know it's a touchy subject. Didn't really want to get into it. Oh, we're almost out of gas. Is there a chevron up here, I wonder? We are here. See how it says here you're responsible for the damage your golf ball may do. Well, what's the worst thing you're going to do? Put a dent in somebody's head? Come on, really. Wow, you tatered that thing. I think he hit the groundskeeper. That just sounded good, didn't it? I'd say that's 260. That's about, I don't know, that's a pretty good golf shot for a guy wearing red socks.
A good long
hitter would probably be 200 yards out. So you're looking at 300-yard drive, 320, if they really hit hard.
So you do get a little advantage being up here.
Yes.
This is about in the vicinity where my best shot went. We couldn't actually find the ball, but we know roughly it's right about there. Okay, that's cheating kind of, but I'm the host, so you can get away with it. Okay, it's the guy in the red, blue pants. Doesn't match. Fits perfect on the golf course. Here we go. Hits it off to the right. Best one. All right, our golfing day is done. Now it's time for the important stuff. Find our balls.
Yeah, I hit 20 and I couldn't find any of them, so it was a
You're
bad
kidding.
day.
Oh,
I
boy.
didn't hit well, but that's only about an hour 5. Well, the way we drove, about 50 minutes there. But it's a great round of golf and it's a lot of fun out there. That's a terrific hole for anybody
Pretty.
who's been out there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful
All right.
atmosphere
Scenic.
out there.
Yep.
Thanks, Colin.
All right, Colin.
Well, anybody who's taken lessons to play a musical instrument knows just how hard it can be. But imagine how difficult it is for this young boy. We'll meet this amazing musician when we come back.
The fine art of fun, food, service, and entertainment at the Gold Coast.
Italian cuisine, the food of love, the love of food. Welcome to DiNapoli at the Showboat. You won't find more authentic Italian food at such reasonable prices anywhere else in Las Vegas. Luscious lasagna, savory spaghetti and meatballs, delicious veal parmesan, and each is a complete dinner. Fine dining and gracious service at wonderfully affordable prices. The come-as-you-are pleasure of dining in DiNapoli at the Showboat.
Take a good look at Lincoln Mercury.
Before we bought our Mercury Sable, we did plenty of shopping. And what we found with Sable was more room and trunk space than in a Accord or Camry, available anti-lock brakes, and something most cars just don't offer: dual airbags, standard. We looked, we liked. We own a Sable.
Take a good look. We've got your new car ready. Take a good look at Lincoln Mercury.
And here's a sneak peek at that 11 o'clock newscast with Sarah Havler in the newsroom. Sarah?
Dave, we'll know very much more soon about how West Las Vegans want their community to look in the future. Coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, we'll show you the master plan. And also tonight, we'll tell you about a sniper who opened fire in a busy high-rise in Los Angeles. Details on that. And we'll also show you a new idea to help all of us conquer the phobia of bugs, something I share. I'll be interested to hear that. Dave, back to you.
All right, Sarah. Glenn?
In the news business, every so often we get a chance to meet someone who not only amazes us, but also inspires us. Bob Clausen got that chance today.
Terry Chastain is like any 7th grade boy. He hangs out with his friends. He works hard to get good grades.
What is slowly identify how fast he walks. Okay.
But what he likes most of all is playing the trombone.
Learning how to play the trombone is in itself a difficult enough task, but this is also something at times Terry finds physically challenging.
Terry was born without hands.
I mean, you've always wanted to play an instrument, right?
Yes.
But you think with your disability, the way your hands are, that it just couldn't happen?
Oh, well, no, I never thought about that. I never thought that, but only before I wanted to play in band instrument, I wanted to play in orchestra. And then I found out that since I didn't have all my fingers, I wasn't able to play all those stringed instruments. So I had to go to something in band.
And he's doing very well. His band teacher says Terry is improving so quickly, he had to bump him up to a more advanced band class.
To my amazement, he has done quite
exceptional job. With this positive attitude on life, he's going to succeed very well.
Is there anything you can't do?
No.
Bob Clausen, News 3.
Boy, that really is an inspiration. When asked if there was anything he did want to say to add to this story, Terry said that he'd like to thank all of the people who have helped him so much all along the way through the years. And he picked a tough instrument because the slide trombone is difficult.
It's not quite as bad as the oboe, but yeah, it's a testament to his will. That's great.
It's wonderful. Thanks for joining us on News 3 at 6.